Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
We appreciate your help growing the podcast. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons. Go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive content and updates, pick up some sweet, sweet merch, interact with us, and listen to our What's Our Verdict TV podcast episodes as well. The question we always ask is if you ever find yourself wondering if you should spend the time, money, or both on a movie. To help with that question, each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. This is our spoiler-free review, where we rate a movie on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should watch this movie as soon as possible. Stream it, meaning wait until you can watch it for free. And finally, not impressed, meaning you shouldn't watch this movie at all. Our deep dive reviews are available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. And as always, however you watch or listen, it's always completely free. Today we're reviewing Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. It was released June 16th, 2021. It was written by Tom O'Connor and Brandon Murphy. It's directed by Patrick Hughes. It stars Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek, Frank Grillo, Antonio Banderas, and Morgan Freeman. The Bodyguard, I knew he was going to laugh at that. The Bodyguard, Michael Bryce, continues his friendship with assassin Darius Kincaid as they try to save Darius's wife, Sonia. Spoiler free. Guys, I'm so torn on this movie. Like,
what's to be torn about, dude?
Fair enough. Yeah. God, this movie is so over the top and hilarious. Like, I don't remember. Seriously, we were just talking about it, but I don't remember the last time I laughed this hard at a movie.
No,
and then hated myself for it.
Yes. Right?
This movie is hysterical. And I think the best part about it, without releasing spoilers, obviously, is that it doesn't take itself seriously in any way, shape, or form. It may be one of the most aware of itself movies I've ever watched, to the point that I was like, wow, they're really going there and they have no compunctions about it at all. Like, some movies you're like, it's very aware of what it is and not afraid to go somewhere, but it's also like, we're sorry we're going there, but we're doing it anyway. This one, none of that shit. Like, it is balls to the wall. We don't give a shit. And I love it for it. Like,
they did not tiptoe around.
No. It was wow. Like, and I've never seen Javier laugh that hard. And I've seen Javier laugh very hard a lot.
Oh my, I don't know what happened to me. Yeah.
There's a moment we'll talk about in the deep dive that I'm hoping to get Javier going just as hard as he was last night in the movie, because that shit was great.
There's no way. It was a very certain environment.
That's true.
And build up.
But yeah, like, it was funny. It was violent and funny and better than the first one because it gave up on trying to be a movie that wasn't anything but ridiculous, which I appreciated. So I'm torn. So I have to, in this spoiler free, I have to say, look, if you're going to watch a good movie that fits the mold of this is a movie that was made as a movie and this isn't it. But if you're looking for entertainment, just raw, unadulterated, pointless, have a good time, go with some friends, go with your spouse, your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever.
Interesting choice of words, raw.
Yeah, like that. Fair enough. If you're looking for that, this is a movie for you, man. This movie is just, don't go in expecting anything but ridiculous and you'll be fine. So against my better judgment and to admit pure shame in myself, I'm giving this movie a worth it. I was so unabashedly entertained by this movie, and I am so ashamed of myself for it, but I can't lie. I'm going with worth it. So there it is.
So brave, JJ. So brave.
I can't even. And I'm interested to see what I score this movie in the deep dive because I just don't know yet. But with that, Ian, tell us about your spoiler-free review of this movie.
Man, we've used the term that we're torn on this, and it's incredibly true. I have no idea. Like, this is like the most enjoyable, funny, terrible movie I've seen. It's just, yeah, it's something else, guys. I didn't like the first one, but this one, it has all the things that I normally wouldn't like, but the way that it approaches and uses them, just, like Javier was laughing, and I'll be honest, there's a couple points where I couldn't stop. Like I kept like having these little giggles that came out, and it wasn't even the same funny scene anymore. It was like on to something new.
Residual
So
giggles.
yeah, it'll get you. If whatever your expectations are, just make sure you take whatever they are and drop them to the floor, and go
Real
in
low.
not taking this serious at all, and you might come away with some enjoyment. I'm gonna go in the middle just because I feel like that's what this movie does. Is it's on both ends of the spectrum as like a horribly terrible movie, but at the same time very entertaining. So I'm gonna take it from like a stream it point of view, but at the same time I look at it going like I had fun, so maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
Give it one of those high-end stream it.
Yeah, there you go. We'll say a high end stream it.
I like it. All right, Javier, round out our spoiler-free.
Dude, I'm just going to repeat what you guys said. This is the stupidest movie I've ever seen, but it was amazing. Like, there are just like, this movie is so out there. I don't even care how many times Ryan Reynolds got hit by a car, right? Like, and how unrealistic that is. Like, what movie can get away with that? This dude got hit by a car like 9 times. I was just like, yeah, I'm fine that he's walking away from this. This is a Ryan Reynolds movie, right? Yeah. It is Deadpool. In fact, JJ and I were joking around like as it was starting. Like, this is just, he just played Deadpool with less makeup, right? Yeah. Like, this is Deadpool. This is what I imagine Free Guy is going to be like. This is just a Ryan Reynolds character movie.
Yeah.
Which for me is like hit or miss, right? Like sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's not. This one, I don't know what happened, but it is hilarious. And I have judged movies and given them low marks because they might be good movies, but they're not entertaining. This is the opposite of that. So I'm going to do the opposite of what I normally do. And I'm going to give it a higher marks because for me, I watch movies to be entertained.
Sure.
And I was entertained in this movie. So I'm going to give it a worth it.
All right.
It's my justification for this embarrassing, like, backing of this ridiculous movie.
Yeah, I'm full of shame right now. Look at my image on the screen that says "worth it" next to it. I'm like, oh, I'm so ashamed of myself.
You're like, am I worth it? though?
Yeah, seriously, like it's terrible. But it's like Casey made a point last night. We were driving home, and she's like, it's like Van Wilder meets Deadpool, and I was like, it's fucking fair. I can't argue with that. Like, it's got the sense of humor of Van Wilder that's just so ridiculous, which is where I fell in love with Ryan Reynolds. And the guy, I love him. Like, he's hilarious. He's, in my opinion, one of the funniest dudes out there, period. But when he misses hard. And I thought this movie was going to miss bad because I laughed at the first one. Like, there were some moments where I laughed, but it wasn't a great movie. This one, like, I could not stop laughing. Like, as much as I wanted to not laugh, I couldn't help myself. I didn't watch the first movie because I just thought that. I'm like, oh, it's a Ryan Reynolds movie. I've seen a Ryan Reynolds movie. I'm like, it's going to be some shitty comedy, but Ryan Reynolds is going to make it funny, right? Yeah.
And then going into this one, I'm like, it is a sequel to a likely shitty Ryan Reynolds comedy. Like, that was my expectation. So giving Ian some credit, go in with that expectation.
Yeah.
Go in expecting that it's a shitty sequel to an already shitty movie.
Yeah. And just let loose and just have fun with it and roll with it. And yeah, you'll be fine. Because, man, I went in with my expectations sitting on the basement floor. But, God, I left just cracking jokes, quoting lines. And the whole movie, I'm sitting there going, son of a bitch, I'm not going to remember all these lines that are just slaying me right now.
Mm-mm.
And I want to, because I want to do at the end our quote segment. And I'm like, this is so sad because I'm not going to remember
I can't remember. I'm going to look
any
some
of
up.
them. I
while
know,
we're
because I was
talking.
laughing because I was like, I remembered one, and I told Casey, I said, I will not forget it because it cracked Javier. Like, I've never seen Javier lose it, but this line hits, and then he's like laughing, and then he just lost it. He was cracked.
It was just like a rolling giggle for me, like through the last couple of scenes. And then that built up, and then like that scene, and then that delivery of that line.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I lost that. At that point, I was like, what? At that point, I gave up on this movie. I was just like...
When he's swaying in his seat, right? Like he's leading, he can't get comfortable because he's like swaying in his seat, and then he's just like, what? He keeps trying to form this sentence, like, what is this movie? But he can't get out more than one or two words because he's laughing so hard. Casey leans over to me, she goes, is Javier okay? And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know.
It was such like a mental problem. Like I just broke. Just like that movie broke me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I went in. I don't even know how to describe like that. I went in with no expectations, and they still somehow disappointed that level of expectations for a movie.
When you have no expectations and they're still able to subvert those expectations, yeah, it's impressive. It's impressive. Man. All right. Well, yeah. There's our spoiler free. As much as we may be ashamed to say it, this movie's entertaining as hell. As long as you go in with the right mindset and just ready to have a good time and laugh at ridiculousness.
Yeah. My rating is no way an endorsement that this is a good movie.
No, mine either. It's not. This is. Here's the thing, though. To kind of wrap this up, this is like what I imagine that drunk me, Javier let loose, Ian kind of controlling us, saying, whoa, guys, we may not want to go quite there, but we'll let you get right to that line.
Ian, that would make you Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly.
Obviously me, Samuel L. Jackson.
Hey, I'll be Salma Hayek. I don't give a shit. And then Mattson, like, there to throw in the randomness of it all, like, where you're just like, where the fuck did that come from?
No, Mattson's on the boat with Johan.
What is happening?
That's scary. Oh shit. It's too good because nobody watching this has any context to that. Oh yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. Matson's scary.
Matson's scary.
Anyway.
That's funnier than the actual scene.
I know. Oh shit balls. That's great.
Oh
so yeah, that's like what would happen if like those four people made a movie. That's this movie.
Oh,
that's funny shit. Okay.
So stupid. Yeah, this movie is as stupid as this podcast is.
Oh yeah, so. It was fantastic. It was right up our alley. So with that, yeah, we appreciate you watching. Go check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at What's Our Verdict. Leave us a message, slide into those DMs, tell us what you want to watch. Tell us how much ridiculous you think we are, but we appreciate you listening anyway. I do imagine you say that. I do imagine that's kind of what people like. This podcast is terrible, but I can't help but laugh at these guys.
Or unless you're some dude on Instagram and you're just this guy's just like, you guys know what you're talking about. You guys are terrible.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You guys don't know what you're talking about. So appreciate the context there, bud.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
It was great. Yeah, no, interactors, we love it. We'll interact back and admit that you're right when you say we don't know what we're talking about.
I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not the bigger man.
No. Oh, shit was great. Yeah, go hop on our website. Leave us a comment. Alec always does. We love reading those comments. It's a great time. So we want you to interact. Just want to have a good time. Apparently, go check out this movie be ready to laugh at the absolute stupidity that it is, but come away entertained if you let yourself. And yeah, we excuse me, I'm dying. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!